Good morning and welcome to Finland. So we're here at Martin Selkham's Wild Centre, which is on the east side of Finland, and we are pretty much very close to the Russian border. Now I'm here with Paul Fallows, and Paul is running a workshop where we'll be photographing brown bears. Now I don't really need to be taught as a workshop as such. I'm pretty much here just for the ride and the enjoyment of it. So yesterday we set off from Manchester, both me and Paul, and we met up with another 5 people over at Helsinki. And then we all made our way up to Kajaani. And then it was a good couple of hours drive then out to the Wild Centre where we are today. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's go back to day 1 and go back to where we started off from Manchester. So today it's been a really early start. I'm now over at Manchester Airport, as you've probably seen at the beginning of the video, and we are currently just sat waiting for our first flight out to Helsinki. So today we are flying out to Finland and we are here to do photography of brown bears. So I met up with Paul. Paul is currently just sat on one of the seats further down, and like I say, we're just waiting for the flight out now. So hopefully it'll be good. So if photographing brown bears and coming out on my journey to Finland is something that you'd like to watch, then keep tuned and follow this video.
We've just done a lovely interview and it was one of the best conversations I've had this morning. Do you know what, my taxi driver was a great conversation?
Yeah?
Yeah, my name's still Ryan and I just want to say hello to the whole channel, and I think it's fantastic what these two do, taking pictures of bears.
Absolutely.
Not just bears though.
We're off for brown bears.
Brown
That's
bears.
what we're after on this trip.
If we find a brown bear, are you going to celebrate?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he's going to have a beer. What are you going to do?
Well, first of all, you'll probably see me with a Cheshire Cat sort of grin taking place. And then, yeah, if we've got some beers in, might have a beer afterwards as well.
Well, now I have followed you back and you follow me.
Yep.
I want to see a picture. The next picture on that page has got to be the brown bear.
Absolutely. So everybody, this is Still Ryan. I've had an interview with Still Ryan this morning while I'm at the airport. Go and give him a follow as well.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Nice to meet you.
Legend.
Okay, so I'm on my way now to Helsinki. This is the first flight out of Manchester that I'm taking today. And I thought while we're transferring over, I would just do a little video about what it is that I'm actually taking with me on this trip. So I looked quite a few places on videos of what to carry when you do wildlife photography, when you go on trips via airlines. And there wasn't really many out there. I've been and done landscape photography in Iceland. I've also taken my own equipment with me when I've gone to other countries as well on general holidays, but I've never really travelled with prime lenses and quite a vast amount of equipment all at the same time. So I thought I would just put into my video what it is that I'm actually going to be taking with me. So let's start off with the bag. So my everyday bag when I'm over here is the Shimoda Action X40. Now this has the female straps on, which give me plenty of support, especially when I have problems with my back. These supports have been absolutely fantastic, and again, I'm a female, so the straps sit perfectly fine around a woman's body shape. Now, one of the upgrades I did do in this bag is when you get a cube, you get only a small cube that comes with it, and it normally to about here. Oops, I keep hold of it. It normally comes to about here, or maybe just a little bit higher up. So it's only a small cube, and really you can't get your prime lenses in there. So I purchased the large XL DSR cube, I think it was. I'll put the details in the description. Which fills up my bag up to about here now, so I can get my large prime lens in with my camera attached. But I won't be attaching my camera while I'm in transport on plane. You also have the roll top here at the top, which expands it by another amount. But with airlines, obviously, you need to stick with their sizes. Now, mine with Finnair, and I think it's a standard size, to be honest, it's 55 centimetres by 45 centimetres by 23, I think it was, thickness of your bag. Now, Shimoda make most of their bags to suit airlines. This bag actually apparently can go underneath one of the chairs on an airline. It probably can if you don't pack it out to its maximum, but at least I can put it up into the top in the hold and know that that is within its sizes. So let's have a look what I'm taking with me. Okay, so one of the first things is I'm taking 2 camera bodies. I'm taking my R5, which I've had for a while, and my most recent purchase, which is my R5 Mark II. Now that's in a cover, the Mark II, at the moment, because I haven't got a silicone protector on it like I do with this camera, but that will be something I'll be finding later in time to get the right size and measurements for that. So let's get them in the bag first. So let's get them tucked away in one of the cube sections. Okay, so they're in one of the square areas that I've made. They ain't going to go anywhere moving around wise, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, another lens that I'm taking with me is the RF 70-200 f2.8, which is going to give me landscape shots if I want to get the bears with a bit more landscape with them. It's also got the availability when they do come closer that my bigger lens is not going to obviously pick that up. So I've got this one in there in the bag, you know, to take with me. And it's also 2.8, so because we're going to be photographing from 4 in the evening and staying in the hide overnight until the morning, you need to have the availability to drag the light in. Again, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, so that's another reason why I've put a 2.8 in. Okay, so let's get that in the bag, so that's got a nice sit in an area. Again, it's not going to go anywhere. Now, of course, my big lens is going in. Yes, my RF 400mm prime lens. I thought about it, whether to take the 100 to 500. The reason I didn't take the 100 to 500 is because, again, we was talking about f-stops and dragging the light in. The 100 to 500 only does from f4, and when it's at its maximum 500, it's something like 7.1. So really, it struggles to grab the light in if it starts going dark, and obviously then you're racking your ISO up and you're getting a lot of noise. So the 400 prime is going in for me, and again, this is like my everyday go-to baby, so it's definitely coming with me. So, like I said, that is going in. It's not being attached to the camera because, again, any shock or anything like that, at least it's not going to break the camera off the lens while I'm in transport. So that goes into a bigger section that I've made in the cube. Okay, so another item I'm taking on my carry-on is my Anker power bank. Now the reason I carry a power bank is yes, I'm taking batteries for my cameras, but I also have wires that can plug into the side of my camera that if it's cold and my batteries are going down quicker than I expected, I can use my power bank to plug that into the camera, and while we're sleeping for a couple of hours that we do actually get, I can charge up batteries on both my cameras with the 2 wires that I've got in here, because they're only USB-Cs. So, you know, I've got plenty of them around. So, and this power bank is also aeroplane friendly, because there's quite a few restrictions now on what size of power bank you can actually take with you on a plane. But this one is airport friendly, or aeroplane friendly should I say. So I've got that and my 2 wires, which will also charge my phone up. My DJI Pocket, again, it comes in very handy for anything when you're on the go. As I mentioned, I'm taking 6 batteries. That's 3 batteries for each camera. I think should be sufficient enough. Again, I've got the power bank to back me up, and I've just placed them in a little bag that come with my DJI mini mics. So they're all nice and neat, and I can, if I need to take them out of security, they're all together. Again, I don't travel with any batteries in my camera bodies. They all stay in a pack together. So we'll shove that into another compartment that's in here. Again, one of the other things I'm carrying is obviously my DJI Pocket, because I want to do filming while I'm on the way there, and when I get there, obviously as well, to complete this video. So I've got my DJI Pocket. I do have the extra battery, which is in the battery pack. So I'm not travelling with the extra battery on at the moment. So that will go in to the side of where my big lens is as well. And that is pretty much, other than my iPad. I'm taking my iPad with me, and that's going to go on the carry-on. And that will slide into the pocket of my rucksack there. So that is basically what I'm going to be taking with me on my carry-on, other than my passport, my tickets, and anything personal that I need to take. That was the only thing that's going to go in the carry-on, because you've also got to look at the weights. Even though the bag's in the size, we've got to monitor the weights as well. And yes, it is going to be over the weight allocation that I've been given, but it's going to get put on my back, and then I'd have to deal with it if I get stopped. Okay, so as well as taking my lenses, I've also got a 1.4 and a 2x converter for my 400mm lens, because again, these bears could be distant. We could see wolves, we could see wolverines, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be walking straight in front of the hide. So I'm taking them, but these are not going on my carry-on. These are going to have to go into my checked-in luggage. So that's 2 items that are going to go in there. I have my DJI Pocket set, which obviously I've got my stand and my base. Again, they can't be on the carry-on, just for weight reasons. They will go into my checked-in luggage. And where we're going, we don't need to take tripods with us, but we do need to take gimbal heads or ball heads, whichever you prefer. So I'm taking my Benro carbon fibre mini, just because it's quite reasonably light. And I've also got my Architect head as well, which when it's fully expanded out, it's pretty much skeleton. And again, it's reasonably light as well. So they'll be wrapped up in some sort of bags that I've got, and they will get put in between all my clothing as well. Now again, I don't need tripods, but if I want to go out in the day and my camera is feeling a little bit heavy, I am throwing in one of the legs off my Freewell tripod. Now if you've seen one of my videos previously, you might have seen me do the review on it. This leg is a monopod. All I need to do is just put myself a head on, or I can screw it direct to my camera or lens here. And this is super light. Again, it's carbon fibre, there's nothing to it, but it's there as a support if I need it. So I'm taking that with me as well. And then of course, you've got your electricals bag. Now I've got a little bit of a setup here that I got, and I've got all my electrics, got my cleaning kit, because again, your tools, don't take your tools with you in your camera bag. You will get stopped at security and they will take them off you. I had someone that I went to Iceland with, and they had all their Allen keys taken off them and had to reclaim when they got back. So my cleaning equipment, my Allen keys, my chargers, my head torch, because we're going to need a head torch. I've got my card reader, my SanDisk hard drive for backing up all my images, and then obviously my electricals for all my goods that need to be charged: watch, phone, cameras, torches, hand warmer, etc. Again, these are going to go into the suitcase. When it comes down to your clothing, obviously we're going to Finland. Temperatures can drop below -5 and beyond, depending on what time of the year you go. If you go in the summer, you might find that you'll be in shorts and t-shirt in these hides, because apparently they get rather warm, but not for my trip. So I'm taking thermal tops and bottoms. I've got base layers, tops. I've got bottoms as well. And one of the things that I did invest in, and you might see me wearing them in some of my videos, is I have my ProTech bottoms, bib and braces, and jacket. You might see me wearing them before, but these are quilted and are going to keep us warm when you're sat in a hide that has no heating at all in them to keep you warm. So other than that, and my general toiletries, that's literally all that's in my case. Right, I hope that's helpful for someone who might have been looking at what people pack. So yeah, that's what I've got. Right, I should be landing in Helsinki now, so let's get back to the other part of the video, and I'll see you there. So we've arrived in Helsinki, which is our first port of call today, and me and Paula Ben had something to eat, and it's just time now to have a little bit of a look around. Now, one of the things that I would like to show you, and I'll probably have to take a picture because I'm working on my phone at the moment, not my DJI Pocket, is that they've got a Christmas shop. That's it, a Christmas shop, which is in Helsinki airport. So they've also got a moonshine, which is here. Let me just check. This is the Christmas shop. Tell you what, let me walk back. Just got to show you one of the Christmas scenes that they've got set up here permanently. And it's literally like going back in time. They haven't got the Christmas music on. So yeah, just had a quick mooch around there. Picked a couple of items up that I've seen. And now I'm making my way back to meet up with Paul and a few of the others that have flown in from Heathrow. And then we will be hopefully soon heading off onto our second flight to Kajaani. So right, I want to leave you here, and next port call is Kajaani Airport. So as you saw, it was a bit of a journey of getting over here. You know, we flew out from Manchester to Helsinki, Helsinki out to Kajaani is what I call it. I think it's pronounced slightly different. And then obviously we had the long drive from the airport over to the centre. And I think we finally arrived about 10:30, roughly. So we all just basically got in, put our stuff in our rooms, and then I did no more filming pretty much whatsoever last night. We all sort of got together, sat in our little sitting area that we've got in our annex, and did nothing but laugh all the way up till midnight last night. And then I think we all just generally crashed out. Now, the owners did inform us that there is black grouse or lichen that are seen at first light in the morning. Now, some of us also sat there and waited because we thought that we might have been able to see the aurora last night. But I think once we hit midnight, that was it. We were absolutely dead to the world by then and couldn't keep our eyes open much longer. So I woke up about 5:30 this morning. I did debate on going out and looking at the grouse and the lichen. But even by 5:30 this morning, it was super bright out. I think first light over here is 4:30 for sure. So I didn't get there this morning, and to be honest, nobody has moved as yet. I think there was just myself and Gary that was bobbing around having a quick brew this morning, just waking ourselves up. And even when I left the annex and come out here into the wooded area, no one had stirred whatsoever. So the plan today is come out, had a bit of a fresh air, had a quick look through the area just to get my bearings a little bit, because like I say, it was really dark last night when we turned up. And so the plan for today is we're going to go get breakfast at 8 o'clock, and then maybe a few of us might go out for a wander. There is red squirrels around here. Now, they should be in their full winter coat with their nice long fluffy ears. So I might grab a camera and go and have a wander and see if I can find them this morning. And then later on, it'll be tea around 3 o'clock. And then we will be picked up and driven up to where the hides are for the brown bears. Now, we'll get dropped off and we've got a little bit of a walk to the hides. And then we are literally in there then for the night until the morning. So fingers crossed we get to see some brown bears tonight. And if that's the case, then obviously I'm going to bring you guys along with us as well. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy this fantastic scenery. I mean, it's just full of trees everywhere. The air is fresh. You can probably see around me, we've still got snow. And yeah, I'm pretty much in my element sat here at the moment. And I'm just going to see what there is around, have a nosy. And yeah, like I say, it's only day one. I'm here till Wednesday. We leave Wednesday, I think it's Wednesday afternoon, because obviously again we've got to get back down to the airport and then fly from there to Helsinki, where we'll be staying the night. So we've got a little bit of a trek on Wednesday, but again, I'm talking to you guys and listening out for everything going on. We've got a few different birds flying over. So I think it's time to head back to the annex and we'll meet up with the others, grab some breakfast. Yeah, and let's go and see what we can find. So come along and hopefully it'll be a fantastic adventure. And if I do get to see the brown bears, which it's probably guaranteed to a certain extent that we will, then yeah, I think I'm going to be rather excited for this one. So I hope you enjoy this video and come along with me on my journey. Oh, I'll tell you something, guys, this place is just absolutely amazing. I mean, look at the light. You think I was being lit up by a spotlight to one side. Absolutely fantastic. See, look, if I come out here now, I am literally, if you actually know me as a person very well and you speak to anybody when it snows, I am well and truly in my element. And hang on, I'm just tightening up my tripod because I don't want to drop it. I am absolutely in my element. Now, the one thing I am going to get, and I brought them with me, I've got some grips, because even though it's snowing out here, or snowed, it's been like -5 and even probably lower overnight. And it's now just literally sheer thick ice. But look at this. It's absolutely amazing, this place. It's like so quiet, so peaceful. And I'm just absolutely loving this. Look at that light. You know, wrong side, but look at that light. It's absolutely, I don't know why I'm looking down at my phone for. I should be looking at you guys, shouldn't I? But look at it. It's just, yeah. Well excited as a person in general. And I can't wait to explore it a little bit more. Now, the good thing about when we go to the hides is obviously once it goes dark, and it goes dark about 8:30, 9 o'clock, we then get to go and get our heads down for a few hours until it breaks daylight again at 4:30, 5 o'clock roughly. So we get the whole day as well to do what we want. And I think I'm definitely going to be exploring a lot more around here. Get the grips on the shoes. And yeah, I mean, I've already heard a woodpecker this morning, and it's so quiet, it echoes the sound. So it literally could be anywhere. Yeah, you see this smile? This is one happy photographer. And I'm loving it already. And we've only just started. Right, I better go and get breakfast, or I'm going to be late. So we've arrived at the hides now, and we're having to get ourselves sorted out. We had the guys on the ATV who brought our camera bags down for us, and then we was transported by a minibus so far, and then also we just had to walk just over a kilometre from where we were dropped off, and made our way to the hides. So just getting sorted out now so we can get the cameras out, because the guides and the guys are out there now putting some food out ready for the brown bears. So hopefully soon we'll get to see some. So let me just get set up, and then I'll come back to you and we'll talk a little bit more. Because at the moment, after that one walk in full winter gear, I'm absolutely roasting right now. So I just need to cool down, get my gear ready, and then I'll come back to you. So stay with me. Right, now I'm all set up. I've got 2 camera bodies set up today. So I've got the R5 Mark II, and I've got that attached to my 400mm 2.8 lens. Now I have got in the bag a 1.4 and a 2x converter. I think at the moment, looking at it through the camera, I may not need them, but we'll see. There's a bear. There's a bear. Let me get back to you. Okay, quickly, while the bears are not around, I'm just going to keep an eye in the forest area, obviously, in front of me. So, I'm all set up. We'll start again. I'm all set up. I have my R5 Mark II, my 400mm on. After seeing that bear there, I may put the 1.4 converter on, just to get a little bit closer in. To my left hand side, in the second window, I have my R5 and I have a 70-200 on. Because it is a possibility that it could come as close as walking past this hide. Sorry, I'm just so excited I've just seen that bear. So, here in the hide, we got dropped off. We made our way down. It was just over a kilometre walk from where we dropped off. Luckily enough, the guys brought down the camera bags in the AVC for us. So we've got all our gear here. As you can see, I'm in a thermal t-shirt or long sleeve top at the moment, and I have a base layer jumper, which is here to hand. I have my padded jacket, which is here. I'm wearing thermal trousers, base layer trousers. I've got a thin pair of walking trousers over the top, and I've also got my quilted bib and braces. So I am going to get absolutely snug and warm. Oh my god, it's back again. I'll get back to you. Okay, we've still got the bear here. He's just sat behind some small, like, little tiddlers of trees that are growing, and he's sat happily eating. I've taken some photographs. I'm quite happy just to sit and watch him for a little bit. You know, just take in the atmosphere, because I thought, you know, this is absolutely amazing. I've been here 20 minutes, if that, and already seen 2 bears. So I'm made up already. I could go home now. We'll just see where this bear's going. Looks like he's back off into the bushes, into the trees, lines out the way. For some reason he's running, so something's disturbing him. Other than we've got loads of crows that are just bombarding him right now. Right, he's gone into the tree line, so he's probably going to go and sit down in there now and sit and eat that piece of meat that he's just taken. Right, let's get back to where I was up to. So I told you I got both cameras with me. I have put a 1.4 converter on, just to give me some a little bit close-ups, because at the moment they're sitting right against that tree line, and I thought they were going to be filling the frame at 400, and they weren't just quite doing that for me. So I put 1.4 on, and I'm quite happy with what I'm getting from that at the moment. So let's go back to where we were up to. So I told you about that, obviously in all my warm gear. That's one thing you've got to come prepared for if you're going to come to these hides, is definitely layers. Layers is better than nothing at all, because at the moment it's absolutely roasting. We walked down, I'm sweating like mad. Yeah, I've stripped off and left some of it on the side, but as the night goes on and the sun starts to go down, obviously it's going to be a clear night and it's going to go cold. Now, I'm quite lucky in the hide that I'm in. I've got a gas heater here. Some of the other guys have got like a box, and you put candles in it and you light it, put the lid on, and it becomes like a hot box. So it produces heat and keeps the hide warm. Because these are like tin hides. So in the summer, these are absolutely roasting. I have a friend that came, also Paul as well, who's here doing the workshop. And you can be literally taking top after top after top off. It gets that hot with the heat on the metal. But in our case, it can go the opposite way and also be cold. They also provide us with a pack lunch. I've not looked what's in it, but it was a rucksack there, and it's got loads of butties and other things that are in there. I've also brought my own bits and bats that I picked up from the shop yesterday on the way through. So we're quite good with food, and we're quite good with refreshments, which is the main thing. Because we are literally here. We arrived at just gone 4 o'clock, and we're here now till 7 a.m. when the guys will come back, they'll knock on the doors and they'll let us know that we can actually leave. Oh, it's safe enough for us to do so. They have been known that we can see bears while we're walking to and from these hides. The guys just ask us just to keep walking and to pretty much ignore them. Which some of the videos that I've seen, and you literally see the guide just walking around and you've got a bear within less than a couple of metres. You know, it kind of really does make you think, wow, because these animals are absolutely huge. I mean, the feet that they have, the claws, you know, beautiful animals, but I don't think I'd want to get that close to a bear, personally. I think I'd feel a bit intimidated. But yeah. Right. I'm going to carry on watching because, like I say, I know they're around and they're in the tree lines, and I want to capture as much as I can before we lose the light and it goes down the sun, which can be any time in the next 3 to 4 hours. Once that happens, we'll try and get our heads down. There is sleeping bags here, but to be honest, I think once I'm in my thermal kit, my quilted kit, should I say, not my thermal kit, I think I'd be quite happy to just sleep in whatever I'm dressed in at the time. And then obviously we set an alarm for about 4 in the morning to get up first light and get photographing. And then the guide should be back with us for about 7 o'clock. And then it'll be a case of taking all the stuff back up to the venue. I'm hoping that the ATV comes back down and they can take at least all the heavy gear up for us, because it's a bit of a stroll. Right, got to carry on watching because, like I say, the bears are around. There's a possibility we could see wolves or wolverines, and I believe we keep an eye on the tops of the trees for eagles as well. So it's quite a lot to watch. So it's going to keep us entertained, hopefully. Like I say, I could go home now. I've seen the bears. We're really, really happy. I say that. I want them to come closer now. I want to get that nice close-up shot. Get to see him properly as well. But wow. Cheshire Cat moment. Definitely. Right. Let me carry on watching. I'll bring some more footage and images to you. So enjoy. to our right hand side. Now I think it's possibly Alison who's in the first hide as we approached, and it's sat very close. And it's got some really nice light, to be honest. Even from me shooting a little bit further down, just sat in a shaded area. And it's just got a couple of like new tree sort of branches around, young trees there. And it's just happily sat there, not bothered whatsoever. Now this one seems a little bit darker from the one that I photographed before. Seems like a lot darker face to it. Now I haven't seen the second one since it went into the forest. But there is time for that to come back, I guess. There has been free seen last night by another photographer that's not part of our group. So yeah, they're definitely around. But yeah, this one at the moment is just, like I say, just happily sat there right now. So, the light's completely going now. We've got another bear that's just come in, and it's currently just out there eating some of the food. But I've took a couple of shots and I've done a little bit of video footage of it. But because we're losing the light a little bit now, and I'm about to start racking up the ISO, and obviously losing the speeds as well a little bit, and so I'm here for another 3 nights in these hides. So I've decided that I'm just going to bring my cameras in, obviously, from being stuck outside of the hide. And I'm going to just sit and watch this bear do its thing through one of the portals. Sometimes it's nice just to put the camera down and enjoy it with your own 2 eyes. It's all part of the experience. So yeah, we're going to bring these cameras in. We're going to relax a little bit and watch what this one gets up to. And then going to continue to put some more layers on, because I've only got my jumper on now and it's starting to feel a drop in temperature now that sun's gone. And also I'm going to have my pack lunch that was made for us as well, and get a nice hot Vimto and just sit and chill a bit now. And yeah, you never know, it might come a bit closer than it actually is as well. So I've got all the camera kit in, and so I watched the bear for a little bit longer until it went into the woods again. It hung around for quite a bit, to be honest. One of the guys texted and said that the sea eagle had appeared on top of one of the trees, but unfortunately it was getting too dark, obviously, to get some photographs of that. So hoping over the next couple of nights that we might get some daylight appearances, which would be quite cool to try and get on camera as well. So really, all that's left for me to do now is get my head down for a couple of hours. I've set the alarm for 5 AM. I think sunrise is about 5:30 approximately. So we get up for about 5 o'clock and get the cameras ready, get put back out. Hopefully we will capture some more images of the bears with the early morning sunrise, which will look pretty cool, to be honest, because it'll come from the left hand side this time. So we'll probably get a little bit more rim lit bears maybe. So yeah. So hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep. It's only getting on towards 10 o'clock, but the sooner we can get our heads down and obviously get as many hours as we can in sleep, then we can enjoy the rest of the day and not have to worry about sleeping for the rest of it. So yeah. Right, I'm going to get my gloves on, which are my Vallerret ones, just to keep me warm, keep my hands warm. I have got my jacket up on the upper shelf, just pretty much above where I'm sat now. But I'm hoping once I get in the sleeping bag, that'll be quite warm. Now there is a gas fire. I could put it on. I did try putting it on, but it didn't want to strike me for some reason. But to be honest, I don't really want to be messing around with gas. So I'll just get my gear on, keep myself warm, and see how the night goes, really. I will keep an eye out for any notifications for the aurora, so if we do get any of that, I will make sure that I try and capture some pictures. Might be only mobile phone ones, but it'll be better than nothing, won't they? Right, I think it's time to get to bed. So, night-night for now. Well, good morning. So I've been up since about 4:30 this morning. I turned over and saw that it was just starting to break light, and to be honest, I thought my alarm had not gone off. So I got up, I put the 400 back out the window with the 1.4 on, and the light's starting to obviously light up this area now in front of us, but I haven't actually seen any movement as yet. I can't see any bears around. Hopefully, you never know, once the sun rises, they might make a bit of an appearance, but I actually didn't hear anything overnight, over no movement around the hides. So they haven't really come very close. Either that or they've been very quiet, or I slept very well, one of the two. So you never know, if we keep quiet this morning, you've got your chances of your wolves or your wolverines to even make an appearance. But again, it's not guaranteed, unfortunately, with them. It's an as and when. But hey, you never know. You don't know what arrives really in nature, do you? I do know the ravens are making quite a lot of racket this morning. They certainly woke us up. And if you can probably hear it over the top of me, but when they start walking, it just really echoes around the whole place. Right, I want to sit, get warm, and see what appears before our guide arrives and it's time to leave. So, I hope you enjoyed the first night in the bear hide and the footage and images that I've shared with you on this video. All I can say is it was an absolutely fantastic night. Now, I didn't really do much videoing once I left the hide, because once the guys came in with the ATV, we had to have our bags ready, and once they knocked on the door and said that we could come out, that we were out of the hides, we loaded our camera bags onto the ATV, which was brought back up to the complex, and then obviously we made our way back on foot up to a minibus that was waiting for us at the top of the lane, and we got about just over a kilometre back to the vehicle, and then we headed on back to the complex, where we all just basically got some breakfast, got showered up, got showered down, made a bit fresher, and then I think we were all just that excited to have a look at our photographs from the night that we all sat around and had a bit of a morning around the table. Some of the guys went and got a kip because it was our first night. I had a problem with the heater trying to keep me warm, so I woke up in the middle of the night feeling a bit cold on my feet and stuff. Super warm because I was in my padded gear, but yeah, we was certainly on the cold side. And the heater that you do get in the hide, I had a gas heater because it had gone so cold and it wasn't lit already. I could not get it relit again. So yeah. But hey ho, things like that happen, don't they? So really, the end of the video, I didn't really get to talk to you a little bit more about that. So I thought I'd just do a little bit of a summary here. And yeah, what an absolutely fantastic time. Now I'm sat here at the moment, and it sounds like there's squirrels eating probably pine cones off the trees. I can hear them munching them. I've got plenty of time though. I still need to go and sit and get some pictures of these lovely red squirrels that we've got going on here. We have a couple that keep us entertained at breakfast, that's for sure. Anyway, thank you for watching this channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope you are enjoying my adventures to Finland. Just want to give one big shout out to Vallerret and say thank you very much for sponsoring this channel and this video of my adventure to Finland. I really do appreciate it. And I'll probably do a little bit of review on the gloves that I brought with me, that they provided me with, on my next video. So for now, I want to say thank you for watching. If you do want to give a little bit of appreciation, I have a link here below for my Buy Me a Coffee website. If you would like to buy me coffee, then it's going to come in very, very handy, trust me. Anything to keep you warm at the moment. And as always, give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. But for now, I'm heading on back. I'm going to get myself sorted out and get ready for night 2 in the hide. So stay tuned to next week's, where you'll see the second video to this adventure. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.